So for 8 years of my life, I have been completely obsessed with self-biohacking my body completely naturally. Now, where did this obsession start with? Well, it goes back from when I used to play football. From the age of maybe 3 to 15 years old, I was playing football and I got up to quite a high level playing for my local academy. While I was playing football, I actually fell in love with being in the gym more than on the training session. And this is when I decided to take the chance to leave my football academy and actually to become a bodybuilder. Now, I wasn't working a single job whilst being a bodybuilder. I was just being a 16-year-old and living in the gym. Now, luckily for me, my parents supported every decision that I ever made, whether it was leaving my football career or being a bodybuilder or anything I wanted to do. They were good parents as they were always able to help me and to follow my dreams. Now, whilst being a bodybuilder, I was obviously surrounded by lots of people in gyms who were on steroids. They were obviously huge people, but the problem with steroids is the side effects are very, very severe, even to the point where people are dying from taking them. But I understood that taking a substance in your body actually helped you grow. You know, it made you grow 10 times faster. And the desirable thing about taking a steroid is the point that you just blow up. You know, you're going in the gym, you wanted to be the biggest, lifting the most weights, but you can take a substance, but it just comes with very, very severe side effects. Now, this is where my obsession started. After research on research, I was able to find that you can naturally boost your testosterone levels to be in the gym, working better, putting on more size and able to lift more weights. Now, I was 16 years old, I was on the internet and I was looking up all of the best natural testosterone boosters where I stumbled across this one. I didn't have an income, so there was obviously no real budget, so I found the cheapest thing that I could find. I'm pretty sure it was on Amazon. It was about $16.99 and it was literally called Testosterone Booster and it said natural in big writing. So the package comes, I start taking them, and probably within a week, I have never felt so good. I was in the gym, lifting bigger weights than I ever have. I was angrier. My libido was through the roof, you know, and I was just feeling great. I was going back to school and everyone was like, oh, he's growing. I'm so strong, lifting massive weights. As you can expect, the moment that pot was empty, my life came crashing down. I went from being a 16-year-old with naturally high testosterone, being skyrocketed from these things that were called testosterone boosters, which were so-called natural, to all of a sudden my testosterone was completely demolished. I had nothing. I was waking up completely tired. Every single day I wasn't feeling myself. I was going to the gym. I was feeling extremely weak and I started to genuinely worry. Now, I got myself blood tests and surprise, surprise, my testosterone was at the bottom of the bucket. Now, I was having a doctor sending me messages saying that it's quite a bad level to be at for my type of age. And from someone that has naturally felt very good to being skyrocketed to now being the worst I've ever felt. Obviously, it started to get me questioning what have I taken. So after researching and looking online and seeing what I could find, it came to my surprise that what I thought was natural was completely the opposite. I had taken what is called a SARM, and for a 16-year-old to take a SARM is very, very bad. Now, to be honest, it did ruin my life for the next 2 years. Like, I was 16 going to 18, where most people should be at their peak testosterone level. I was still like, I'd not even hit puberty, and it was very, very worrying. It completely ruined my life, and I spent years, and when I say years, I spent about 4 or 5 years testing everything that I could find, completely becoming obsessed with researching what actually works. I was taking natural honey remedies. I was taking every single supplement that you can imagine until I actually found the stuff that works. Now, the two main things that actually worked were real shilajit and Korean ginseng. Now, these were two supplements that I took that literally changed my life. I went from being at the bottom to back to natural / higher levels completely naturally, and I was back to feeling good. It got to the point where I could genuinely feel a difference from a day where I took it to the day where I didn't. And this is where I started to realize when you take a supplement which is genuine, clean and potent, you can genuinely change your life. Now, I always speak to people about supplements. You know, they say they don't work. It is what it is. It's just a massive placebo. This is completely false. When you take the right supplement, a clean supplement, and again, a potent supplement, you will feel a difference. Now, fast forward another 2 years, I'm now working a 9-to-5 job in a sales job. I'm feeling good, I'm happy, I'm healthy, but whilst I'm on the phone, I feel a bit brain fogged. I don't have much brain clarity. I was drinking energy drink after energy drink, caffeine after caffeine, and I was just crashing. But whilst I was at that high, I was very good on the phone. But the problem is it never lasted. So after looking online again and doing my own research, I stumbled across something called nootropics. Now, nootropics are basically a brain food. It helps your cognitive function to its max. It's basically like the movie Limitless. You take a pill and you access 100% of your brain. But this is something that is actually real, not a novelty. Imagine taking a pill and all of a sudden your brain is working faster than it ever has before, thinking outside of the box, and you are genuinely becoming a genius. And this is exactly what nootropics are. I ordered my first batch and all of a sudden I was on the phone saying words I didn't even know, closing deals left, right, center, and all of a sudden it sparked a thought in my head. Not a single person in that office was taking nootropics, and all of a sudden in my office job I was climbing up the leaderboard, closing more deals than ever, and I kept it a secret and I didn't tell anyone. Fast forward now, running my online businesses, making millions of pounds a year, I am still taking all of the supplements that I've just spoke about, but it's got to the point where I'm now taking around 16 to 17 pills every single morning, or that has come to an end. This isn't another supplement you're going to see on TikTok which says it is something when it isn't, like these creatine gummies that were going crazy that had 0 creatine in. This is genuinely 8 years of my life's worth of experimenting where I found out what supplements work, what potency, and what milligrams you need to take. Imagine taking a pill where for 12 hours of your day, you are guaranteed to work at your optimal level. Whether it's running your online businesses, working a 9 to 5, working on site, it doesn't matter what you do as a profession, this will help you guaranteed. And that product is Compound. Now, I have decided to create Compound to help every single person. It doesn't matter, again, if you're working a 9 to 5, an entrepreneur, or working on site, Compound is perfect for you. And who would I be to launch something that I wouldn't take myself? As you can see by the packet, this packet is open because I generally take this myself. Instead of taking 16 pills a day, I am now able to wake up in the morning and take 1 pill rather than 16 and get a better experience than I ever have before. So I thought it was about time to stop gatekeeping, keeping this little secret from every single body else that was giving me an actual genuine upper hand to anyone that I competed with. I decided to make it for myself, but then decided I'm going to launch it worldwide instead. This supplement has been made from someone who's experienced the bottom of the bottom to the top of the top, and taking supplements has never left my side. Now, without anything like it on the market, Compound is designed for entrepreneurs, anyone that's a go-getter, or even athletes. Boxers will see punches that they have never seen before. Entrepreneurs will come up with ideas that they never even thought of. And if you're working a 9 to 5 in sales, like me, you'll be able to close deals that you never thought you'd be able to close before. And for the people on site, those bricks you'll be picking up will feel lighter than ever. Unlike most of the supplements you see online, our Founders Fuel is made within the UK, meaning you don't have to worry about what you are putting in your body. Everything is completely clean. The formula made by me and backed by a PhD scientist lab is completely made to be the optimal dosage that you need. Also, being FDA certified, you do not need to worry about what you are putting in your body. This is no sketchy back-end lab stuff. This is the cleanest stuff that you will be able to get your hands on. And again, it's made in the UK. And to be eco-friendly as well, all of our packages are 100% recyclable. This is something that you don't have to do, but of course, to help out the world, we have done it. But Compound AM is my complete ambition fuel for the go-getters and for the people that really want to work at their highest levels and they actually want to grow. You know, there's no point drinking coffee just to give you caffeine. You're gonna get the crash. There is no crash with the AM. You'll be able to feel good for 12 hours straight of your day. And again, guaranteed that you will work at your optimal level. But the thing is, it's all good to work at your optimal level in the AM. But what happens when you want to go sleep? We all know sleep is super important. There is no point working at your optimal level for 12 hours in a day if you go to sleep and you now can't sleep. Your brain won't shut off. You're tossing and turning in bed, getting hot and getting super agitated where now you're just getting stressed out. Your anxiety levels are high and you're going to wake up in the morning and feel like you've not had any sleep. And this is something that I've exactly experienced myself. At the end of 2024, start of 2025, I found myself taking another supplement which, quote, was clean and again ended up not being what it said on the tin. But now I stressed a lot less as I knew what I had to do. I just had to take the right supplements. But the problem with this is it gave me extremely bad anxiety. Now I ended up taking another Psalm. After only taking this, quote, natural supplement for a week and a half, after looking on TikTok in my comments of a product Everyone was saying it wasn't what it said on the tin. I stopped taking it, but the effects had already hit me. I remember the night very, very clearly. I went to go to sleep, and all of a sudden my anxiety levels were absolutely through the roof. I was sweating till the point the bed was wet, and I could not sleep at all. That single night I got 0 hours sleep, and that was because the effect of this supplement just completely threw me off. It had given me major sleep problems, and for a man that had no real anxiety ever, I had extremely high anxiety. I was in Dubai at the time, starting my new year, and every single day, as soon as the clock hit around 3-4 p.m, I had a crazy anxiety attack because I thought about I am now needing to go to sleep soon, and the fact that I know I'm not going to be able to sleep super unsettled me. Now, for the third time in my life, I was online looking for the perfect remedy to fix my problem, and again I ended up finding the best solution, and that is where we bring in Founders Fuel PM. Now, Founders Fuel PM, like the AM, is jam-packed with everything you need to get yourself a restful sleep. It's filled with anxiety support, it will give you a restful sleep, and it also supports getting to sleep faster. Now, for me, I like to go to sleep with a normal routine. I like to put my phone down an hour before I go to bed, read my book, and half an hour before I go to sleep, I take the supplement, and by the time I've read 4 or 5 pages, I put my book down and I won't remember sleeping. And I will be able to reach the full maximum REM of sleep, meaning when I wake up, I feel fresh and I've got all the sleep possible. Well, after taking these sleeping supplements, I was able to go to sleep at around 9-10 p.m. and actually wake up around 5:30 to 6 in the morning, like all of these entrepreneurs that I personally looked up to. So to me, it's all a blessing in disguise. If I never had these problems myself, I would never know about these natural remedies, and that is why I can't express enough to you how important it is to be able to take stuff that actually works, because it will generally change your life like it has myself. Never did I ever think I'd be able to naturally get my testosterone levels back to where they were, and also be able to think outside of the box and get rid of this brain fog. But after 8 years worth of experimenting myself, going through the ups and downs, going through the different levels, I was able to create Compound. And I've already got a huge list of names that I've already sent this out to, from people in Miami to Ireland, all over the UK, massive influencers / entrepreneurs who will be getting their hands on Compound, and they will be able to see pre-launch how good it really is. Now, being involved in e-com is something I've always wanted to do, but I didn't just want to make another glasses company or a clothing brand. I wanted to do something where I can actually put my name on it and be proud, and something that I can generally back myself. But creating Compound came completely natural. I wasn't looking for it, I wasn't forcing to it. I had a conversation with a friend who is now my business partner for it, and we decided to go to the moon with it, because I was completely fed up of taking so many tablets in the morning and having to rely on all these other companies and stuff, where I have been able to create something of myself, knowing exactly where it comes from, seeing the labs, seeing everything I need to see to know that what I'm putting in my body is the best of the best, and there is not a better version out there, and knowing that I can now spread this over the world so that everyone can benefit like I did myself. Now, don't be deceived by the name Founders Fuel. If you're not a founder or any sort of entrepreneur, this is still a perfect supplement for you. Now, on the 30th of September, I will be launching this to the world. A product so proud that I've even put my name and signature on the packet. Now, for our first launch, of course, there is a limited amount we are going to sell. Make sure to get your hands on it on the drop, as I can guarantee for the people that get their hands on it, the next month, they are going to get some more. But with Compound, we are not here to take part. We are here to completely take over. So join us.